What's it been like at the Jingletown Studios? Because this is a secret location. Everybody's expecting Billy Joe to just saunter in, like, so, how's it going, guys?
Hey, everybody. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Some of the coolest stuff we've ever done, like, at least me, like, this is probably the coolest experience I've ever had in my life.
I was a little curious. It's like Willy Wonka's factory here. You know, just walking like,
There
oh,
you
what's
go.
behind this door?
Right, you're hoping that Billy Joe will be behind door number 3.
It's possible. I mean, I didn't rule that out.
Have you seen the gentleman? Any of the gentlemen here?
Bo and I have seen Billy Joe walking back and forth from his car to the studio.
Yeah.
I saw him from a distance. Bo saw him. Great place today.
Is it intimidating at all? Do you feel like you have to stand up straight and say hello, sir?
I'm not really sure how I felt because, you know, I mean, I grew up listening to Green Day.
Right.
obviously.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
doesn't
Someone that I've looked up to
Yeah.
for a very long time.
Do a little Wayne's World. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
It's been a little unreal. Like, at first we kind of came in, we had to shake those like jitters, like, wow, like some of our favorite records have been made here. And it's like, I was like, that's cool. Hopefully we can make a record that's someone else's favorite record.
Literally the motto of this whole last 3 weeks has been, let's try it. Tony and I, our singer, wrote 30-some songs.
Wow.
And narrowed it down to the best 12 or 13.
Okay.
And just put all our effort into those songs.
Do you find it too tedious at all at any point in
It's
time?
very tedious, but it's worth it because the songs are sounding awesome.
Different sound? More mature sound?
More mature. I mean, our drummer was like 14 when we wrote our first record, so
Yeah.
it's kind of funny that he's 18 now. I still
I was
can't
about to say,
believe
he's
that.
15 now,
He's-
right? He
yeah.
got his GED when he was 12.
Exactly. Like, that kid is just a little prodigy. So, but it's cool. Like, it's a little more mature sounding. And when we came together, we wrote like a lot of weird songs that we were all kind of like, that's a little different. Like, that's a little too different. But you know, we picked 12 songs that I think we're all really stoked about. And I think, you know, the biggest thing is you could still tell that it's our band. So, I mean, even though it's not like as fast or, you know, as hard as it was, like, there are still parts that like hint at that. So it's kind of like an evolution, but we're still the same band.
Right.
For this record, Bo and Tony would write like skeletons for the songs, like basic structure, and they'd bring it to us, and we'd figure out rhythm stuff, transitions, all that stuff.
It's more focused on songs than just a little more organized. You know, less just like, this is how I feel, and I'm just gonna blurt it out. More like, okay, well, let's take that emotion and let's turn it into something that's more cohesive and something that, you know, has more of a structure to it. It is very different, but I think all in all, it's for the best.
I figured while the other guys are doing their thing, we take a tour of this place. You haven't even seen.
I haven't seen all the studios yet. Yeah.
And for a while, this place has been closed off. It's only been used by the guys or by invitation only.
That's right, yeah. So it was private and just decided to open up this last November, so.
Wow, that's a boon to all the local bands who want to get out of their house and get to work, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
All right. Do you mind? Do you have some time to help us show us around and take a look around?
Would love to, let's go.
So at one particular recording session, how many pieces of equipment is operating at once? How many instruments can be recorded all at once? Can a 10-piece band be in here?
Absolutely, yeah. All you really need is space and a bunch of microphones. So.
Right. So in fact, you probably could fit the polyphonic spree in here.
Sure, that would be awesome.
Had the guys recorded in here as well?
Absolutely, yeah. The last 3 records that just came out, all done right in this room. That's right. There was a record Warning they recorded here.
I mean, here you don't mind being in here for like 12, 18 hours at a time.
No, it's easy. Yeah, it's easy to feel comfy in here, I think. It reminds me of a big loungy living room at times. You know, you dim the lights, you forget that you're in a recording studio.
Right.
You know?
Nice. Well, where to next?
Let's see the control room. That's Ben. Ben is in.
It's Ben.
Yeah. How's it going? He's engineering this whole session, so he's kind of doing quite a bit. He's got a lot to worry about and deal with.
Now, as for aspiring bands, and they look at something like this, right? Is this something that they feel that they need to get now, or what does this bring to the table for a young band like Stickup Kid?
I mean, it's a great opportunity. This is sort of like a world-class studio, so they really have a great opportunity here. But yeah, I mean, it's not essential. Like, a good song is a good song, so you don't need one of these to make a good song. But it helps make it sound good.
This looks even more intimidating than the other one. And then, like, if your head or your ears sort of, start to wear thin, you have the gummy worms to keep you entertained.
Yeah, we sure do. We actually have a Pong screensaver as well. It's usually up on that.
Now, how who's involved with the upkeep of it, or who was involved, I guess, even in putting this together? Like, was Billy Joe and the guys, were they involved?
Yeah, they oversaw it, so to speak. It was kind of like they were really generous. They sort of let myself and a couple other people sort of run with an idea we had.
Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring it up. On your social media, you've posted photos of your, hard work. Yeah, the thumbs up, right? Literally, the blood, sweat, and tears were shed as part of this album. Briefly, let's just show everyone the blood that was created, and what is it, 10 stitches? Right?
10 stitches, yeah.
And what was going on, and how did this happen?
Well, I work at a pizzeria, and the second day of recording, I was running late. I was cutting dough really fast, just trying to rush it. And
that doesn't even look real. It looks like a smiley face.
Exactly.
Like it's a perfect U shape.
Exactly. So I went down and in, and I was really scared and alone, and then I had
And you wrote a song.
Yeah, exactly. Then I finished writing a song later that day after I got my stitches.
Yeah. Wow. And it's healing all right. And
yeah.
Are you able to play? I mean,
I can play, definitely. Yeah. I mean, it hurt the first few days.
Okay.
But it's a lot better now.
When we started writing this record, like the words that came from a period from like the last 2 years. So while Cam was away, like filling in for one of our friends' bands, like Bo and I were just writing like a whole bunch of different stuff. And like, so when we got to this point, we kind of just stuck it all together and started writing songs and making songs out of them. Like, so I think that's the coolest part, because we had so much to work with, like so much to choose from.
Yeah. What can we expect? Is it angry? Is it state of the affairs of the world? Personal life, love?
It's pretty much like, it's always personal with me, and it's like it comes to a point where I'll go through something, and then one day it'll just like I'll just spend 15 minutes writing straight, and there'll be like a whole bunch of stuff there, and then I'll end up using it. That's kind of how it happens.
So there's still the screams or
the
vocals
still,
that we expect.
Yeah, it is. Like there are, and the lyrical content's still there too, still honest. So
I think every band, artist has to mature, right?
Oh, completely.
Every album has to show a different side to them, and at some point you reach a point where you're like, okay, this is us.
Yeah, I think this is a great representation of like where we want to be musically.